Hello orbiters, this is Suraj from the UJustBe Universe. As we are aware, we are making a podcast series on the relationship. The relationship is a very important aspect in our life, and we carry a different relationship in our life with a different personality. For example, this is Suraj, is father, son, brother, colleague, mentor, and in every relationship I'm a different personality. So while living this personality or living this relationship, I evolve myself as a person, as a being. Evolve means it transform myself to getting into this relationship. So likewise, we have two orbiter with us. One is a dynamic, cute, younger, and one is a very mature personality who having their own business. They are coming from the different generation and they want to share their absolute experience with us to help us understand the transformation will happen in our life through the relationship, how effortlessly. So stay tuned with us and enjoy this podcast. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Vaibhavi Oza. I completed my graduation into banking and finance, and then later on I always wished to work with a bank, and I used to always wish to have customer facing and talk to different people, understand their profile and everything. So it's always nice and good to connect with new faces and understand about their life and everything.
Beautiful. See, I'm a doctor by profession. I'm a homeopath. I'm Dr. Sonali Nabar. I've been practicing homeopathy for 20 years now. The common thread between us, the social nature of work. I mean, I'm basically a very social person, and my work gives me that platform to connect to people at varied levels.
Correct.
So the social interactions are a daily dose of action.
Correct. So right. I would like to just share one example here. It's a bit of like when I was born first. I'm an elder sister, and most elder sibling in the entire family. So, and after 5 years, my brother was born. So, from childhood till date, I'm scared of dogs. But when my brother was born, he was brought up and everything. But today, even when I was small, like in 10th standard or that way, 7th or 8th standard, I used to take my brother out for a walk or something like that. Mm-hmm. Although when I am scared of dogs, I'll go to my father, to my mother, catch their hand and walk along with them. And even today, I work with some of the other person just to be secure that they will help me out. But when I'm out with my brother, I hold his hand, and if there is a dog barking at him or me, and my brother gets, scared, oh, Didi, there's a dog, I pick up the stone, or I be like, you don't worry, I'm there with you. So that fear goes completely.
Correct.
Because here wherein, you are into a role of your sister, and where it becomes somewhere a responsibility and also a love that nothing should go wrong with him, because I am there to protect or take care of him.
Correct. So you are not just a sister here, you are responsible for his well-being at that moment of time, because that has been entrusted onto you at that point.
Yes. Also, he likes chocolates, eating wafers, cold drinks and all of that. But he is not suitable to all those things. He gets asthma. So what I always do is, if you want it, you eat it in a less proportion, but at the same time, it is a compulsion for him that he'll have a haldi milk or a hot water. That's what comes with my, terms and conditions. So he totally agrees that, okay, Didi, you're saying so I'll do it. And my mom is like, you're just spoiling him. I was like, no, it's his wish. Let him have, let him eat. And just, let him be happy. If he's eating, let him eat a certain amount. Today, we are not allowing him to eat. Tomorrow, he'll eat in more proportion. As if he has not seen that thing that way.
He will hide around.
He'll hide around and eat.
Correct.
By growing up.
So it's again here you're taking the role of being a mother to him
Yes.
to complete that
Yes.
wish of his.
Always, always. And also, me today, having experience of bank and all, looking forward to grow ahead in my career, into coming with a good financial background and everything. Also, at some point of time, I think that as I'm growing up, in few days I'll be turning 25. So it's just always this that family is going to start talk about the marriage now. And which I don't want to get into right now, because what I feel is I should go and get my career right first. I should be having some strong, background in terms of my career. And then slowly and steadily I get married, get settled and all. But my mom, my grandmother, my aunties around me who love me, care about me a lot, they are always like, Vaibhavi, this is a suitable age for marriage. This should be the age. You're more nurtured, you can be more polite, and after a certain age you become more rigid. Right now you're more acceptable to the things which are there, even acceptable to your partner of his qualities, good qualities, XYZ reasons and everything. But what I feel is that it doesn't depend upon the age. It's the right time of acceptance in your mind and heart that okay, I'm ready now. It's not about the age. Also, when I'm not able, I cook good food. I know to make pastas, Chinese, and basic dal sabzi, everything. But today, still date, I don't know how to make a gold roti. And my mama is always having a complaint. I was making roti at the age of 14 and you still don't know. You're doing this since past 2-3 years, still you're not able to make rotis, but past 2-3 years, but how often?
Correct.
It's once in a year or once in a blue moon. Even when mama is not good, I'm at the office. So even if I need to, take care of my family's food, what I do is, okay, I'm ordering. Because I don't have that time, because I'm coming from office late, then cooking, and I don't have a habit also of cooking coming out of the office. So still today, a gold roti is a topic wherein my family always pulls my leg.
They look forward to that.
They look forward to that. They feel that making a gold roti is the main job.
That's the only criteria for your selection of a marriage.
A housewife or a marriage. Or a good daughter-in-law. But I don't think so that only a gold roti or a good
certifies
food,
you there.
Making good food certifies you to be a good daughter-in-law, to be a good housewife or a spouse, or even a mother.
Correct.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I was quite naive when I was zero in the kitchen, honestly. But I was fond of learning, and my mother-in-law has been an awesome cook, honestly, and it's all overshadowed. So I was only a sous chef to her for years on end. Gradually, when children, even today my children demand first to the grandmother. If she's not able to match, then it comes to me.
Okay.
That way I'm blessed. But I can cook decent.
So while you getting married, there was such challenge coming in, like that you don't know to cook or something like that?
My mother was a workaholic, honestly.
Okay.
So she never thought that cooking was an obstacle to a marriage. So she never insisted that I need to learn, but I was fond of. So I actually got trained under my mother-in-law. So I cannot match her quality as of today, over 20 years, but I can stand the test of time.
Today also when my family says about, you don't know to make the round roti, I always say, do my brother knows how to make it? He's also elder now.
Exactly.
And cooking is a life skill. Don't make it to
No
gender.
gender base. No gender base.
But yes, the transformation happens into different roles. I'll tell you, coming to that own example, although I don't know to make, but when my mom is not good and I'm at home, so I'll ask my brother, you sit, I'll cook. And although I'm not able to cook round one, but I cook it so good that he's able to eat it.
Correct. And that brings a smile onto his face.
Yes, and that's my love for him.
You've done the job right.
Although he complains later on, Didi, it was kadak. You
Correct.
ate na, your tummy is full na.
Correct, correct,
That is
correct,
important.
Correct. I remember when I was in my college days, and no, I had a full-time maid. My mother had a full-time maid because she wasn't at home most of the times. The maid suddenly said she's not coming, and then kneading the atta. आटा ही नहीं था तो क्या आटा बनाए, तो भी किया, and then the whole sciences of making a soft roti lies in the
Yeah.
atta, right? So my rotis turned out to be frisbee discs, and at the receiving end was my father. Without a complaint, he ate it, and I honestly believed I made the best rotis. I honestly believed that my rotis were the best till the time when me and my brother actually sat down to eat. टूटता ही नहीं है, रबर है कि फ्रिस्बी डिस्क है, क्या है पता नहीं. But eventually when I became a mother, when I was from a joint family, I moved to a nuclear family. That was a point of transformation in me, a change in me, which I learned the science behind how to make the roti soft. I mean, that I poured my energies into learning. Till then it was just किसी ने बोला इतना पानी डाल उतना पानी डाल ऐसा नेड कर, that's about it. But then when you really pour your heart to learn into that skill,
Also,
now I can say I'm good.
Also, transformation of like a father and a husband is also there. I remember one fine day my mom cooked good pav bhaji and it got over, and father came and he said, I'm hungry, pav bhaji is not left. So no, but the pavs are left. So I told Papa, I make good masala pav out of it. So is it okay if I cook? Haan, theek hai, but do make it in 15 minutes. I'll not wait more than that. I'm hungry. It's like, okay. I made it. He liked it so much. He never says a word if the food is good. He never says a word if the food is bad. But that day, he appreciated me so much. It's very nice, Vaibhavi. It's very nice, Vaibhavi. There from the corner, my mom says, your daughter cooks, so it's nice. Whenever I cook so much good food, you never give me a good compliment that Meeta, you cook good food. Please make it next time, like this, that. So then my father said that point of time, it's my happiness. It's that my daughter has cooked the food.
Correct.
That is coming out, and I'm regular you making food.
Correct.
She has made something, out of her happiness, out of her courage, that okay, I'll cook for Papa something in 15 minutes, and she has done it very nicely. That's why I'm praising it.
Yeah.
So that's how it differs from husband and a father too.
Correct.
That difference comes initially with time.
Definitely.
So when you got married, were you having a thought in your mind that whether you will be able to continue your professional career or how will it go?
No, it only came after I became a mother, when I had that one more responsibility on me. Till then it was a good juggle. I mean, it was easy. I had to just manage for myself and my spouse. So it wasn't difficult. Then came the real challenge, because I was very sure that I didn't want to have my child grow up into a daycare center or something like that. So I knew it had to be the family who will bring him up. So I slowed down on my career. The full-time practice that I was doing, it came to half a day. Then it came to alternate days as children started growing. I had my second born as well. But now that they are back to school, things are beautiful again. I mean, they were not beautiful, but on the professional front also, they are bounced back. So that way I'm grateful for being self-employed, that I had the liberty to enjoy my phase of motherhood as well, and do justice to my profession also. I mean, I had just slowed down. I hadn't put a full stop to it.
True. And mother has also so many roles.
Exactly.
Mentor,
exactly.
guide, a teacher,
correct.
a friend.
And I enjoyed all of them. I had the privilege to be a friend to my child, to be their mother, to be a caretaker as well, to be their guide. So I've been with them through most of their phases, growing
Even
up phases.
my mother, I have seen that transformation of relation also between me and her. Like when I was a kid, like maybe a 3 or 4 years old, till I remember, she used to be strict. She was strict as in terms of discipline. This time you're waking up, this time you're eating food, this time you're sleeping, for my proper well-being. Later on, when it came to studies, she doesn't know much of English, but still she used to make me sit and do the math sum, do this division, do this multiplication, do this calculation. So that at least in maths, I'm grabbing it quick, and the teacher can manage
Correct.
that way.
Correct. Correct.
Later on, when it came to my teenage years, when I was, entering my 10th standard, college, that point of time, she was a little strict, a little more of friend, trying to gel up with me more, trying to understand my temperament, my nature, what it is becoming, why it is becoming, what makes me afraid, what gives me happiness, that point of view. And today, at this age of me and my mother, it's more like a friend. It's more like a friend.
Correct. That's how
That's now there is respect, but that time as a kid I used to have that fear, but the fear is not there now. It's like I have that respect. She's my mother. There are boundaries, but still, while talking, it feels more like I'm talking to my friend. First it used to be a separation, like okay, spending time with mom, spending time with friends, and now it's more like okay, I'm out with one of my friend only.
Correct.
That way, enjoying the outings, picnics, and everything. And even I like when she accepts some things from our generation. Like she might not be having male friends out there, but today when I have male friends. And even at that point of time, I remember I was having a Satyanarayan puja, housewarming puja at my place, and my mom said that you call all your friends. Okay, so I said, my mom, I have all my friends, like males and females both. Will the grandfather, like my Dadaji, would be comfortable? I will speak to Dadaji. So like, Dada, my friends are coming. Males are also there. A little bit of, they are there. 3-4 are males, and okay with them. But I saw that point of time I didn't realize, but today I realize the only reason was, first, they wanted to know my friend circle. Second, they also wanted to understand what are their thoughts, how my daughter thinks about the friends, how good they are. But they never behaved or never restricted me to anything.
Correct.
Never ever.
Correct.
Few restrictions has to be there for your own good. But at many places I have seen, she has always, and she always says in this manner that, Vaibhavi, I did not got this because of this and this time. But if you are getting a chance, you should always go ahead with this. Always. And never such restrictions and all. So I'm very happy the way I never thought my mother will be. But yes, her transformed roles today when I really see in a very beautiful manner. Very beautiful.
Correct. Having grown up in a very conservative way, to being open and adaptable to the views of the younger generation.
Yes. To the picnics, permission too. Okay, I'll speak to your dad. Okay, I'll speak to your grandfather. You don't worry. Having that trust based on me, it was very nice. And today, me and her both have this thing that okay, maybe 2 or 3 down years line, we only have these memories, good years or memories to make more and more cherish about.
Correct.
How old are your kids? Like how?
My elder son is at the verge of getting away with his teens, and the younger one is about to venture into his teens.
Okay.
So the phase of teens doesn't end for me.
And I believe, I don't know, but my mom's or my aunt, when they talk, because yet my younger brother is into his teens, so they talk. He behaves like this, he does like this. So they have a mutual communication around them that it's okay, this happens, you should treat it this way. You should not say that he's been stubborn. It's his age, it will pass. By the time today he's stubborn, tomorrow he'll realize that at this age he should not be stubborn, he should not be thinking like that. So it's overall nice, you know,
Correct,
looking at the transformation, even from my father. Like how I explained about my mother, my father too. Earlier, you know, when I was a kid, that time, then when I was into my teenage, taking care of me. Today also, well, me coming back from the office, he asking me, how was your day? And, you know, trying to know whom I'm working with. And that
Right. The protectiveness
the
of the father.
protectiveness. I say, don't worry, yeah. If anything is there now, I'll tell you. So, as a friend too, that we are always open to, you know, hear you and never judge you on what you are trying to say.
Right.
So it's been a blessing, you know, to have such a good mother and father.
Correct. The openness.
The
that
openness,
they,
which I never thought when, you know, when I was growing, when in my school times.
So
and
they
all.
have also adapted to times and changed with the parenthood that they had experienced and the parenthood that they are giving to their children.
Is different.
Definitely, hugely different.
Yeah. So I would just like to share one of the instance wherein earlier she's my college friend actually, and in my college time it was like, you know, just studies and you are hanging out with your friends, chilling, going to various cafes, watching movies, and just that sort of enjoying your chill life. After the graduation, everyone was having their own different career path, so they started working towards it. Someone was going abroad. Someone said that I want to be into an aviation industry. I want to go into banking. Someone said I want to go into teaching as a profession. So all that sort of. So the contact, we were in touch, but it was more on WhatsApp or over the calls and everything, but not physically like how we used to meet in college. And everyone was not able to take out the same time. So we never thought that, you know, when we'll meet and all. But one fine day, I got a call from my friend. She said, Vaibhavi, I just wanted something to know about. So I said, okay, tell me what it is. Vaibhavi, how about an investment banking course? Like, yeah, that's very nice, and which is having a very good career. You must go with it. So, but I asked, first question I asked her is that from which institution you are trying to pursue this? Which educational institution is providing you this? So she named the institution. So I was like, okay. So I said, did you make the inquiry? She sent me a basic inquiry which she made about the fees, about the course and everything. So I said, okay, you give me some time. Let me check about this and then tell you. Till I remember the name which you are naming of the institution, one of my friend has already completed or in the middle of that course. So I think he can help you better to know about the course, how the course is going, is it difficult, what are the levels, also the fee structure. And if through a reference, if you're going, if you can get some kind of discount or he can get some kind of benefit out of it. So she said, okay. So then while coming back home, I was just typing and searching about the course, whether the educational institution is still there, or okay, so if they are providing certification, is that certification valid globally or not? What they are saying that it's valid globally. The placements which they are saying that will provide placements 100%. So what if you are not passing as per the appropriate marks? Then do they provide or do they not provide the placement, or they only provide the state placements to a meritorious students? That's how. So all of that, and I also checked one of my friend who already completed that course. So I checked with her too that okay, how did it went? How much marks did you scored in that? And then what benefited you? And also I made him connect to my friend who was already in middle of that course. So he was like, okay, connect her, I'll talk. So I made a conference call, they both chatted, and I was already doing my work in the office. I was like, okay, you guys carry on. Once you are coming to a solution, just let me know, I'll come in and then we'll hang up. So they're like, okay. And then once the doubts were clear of her, I asked my friend that since you are in middle of the course, and since the fee structure which you paid and the fee structure which she is paying is hardly making a difference of 4 months, then why there is a difference of 20 to 30,000 in that? So he said that Vaibhavi, that nowadays education fees have increased, this, that. So I was like, okay, but let us check whether you can refer the same or not. So I thought, okay, let me speak to the person whom I went through. So he spoke to that person and he said, okay, if you're giving us a reference, what we will do is we'll give her 10,000 discount, and since you are getting that student in, you will get 5,000 rupees less in your installment which you are supposed to pay. So it went very well for both of them. A win-win situation. Then after that, I did not had any conversation with her. How is the course going? Because she is busy in her life, I am busy in my life. And suddenly, a few days back, she pinged me, "Hi Vaibhavi, thank you so much for all the help. I am moving to Pune because I got selected for XYZ company, and which is providing me travel, staying there, and on top of it, a good package which I didn't thought of."
So beautiful.
So I was very happy. I was so happy. I felt like as if I have got or achieved that.
You were a beautiful catalyst for her to propel from one level to another, for her to take that decision of doing that course, as well as getting the monetary benefits also without paying a greater sum.
Yes, and for her as well as for him, both of them got a benefit. And at the same time, she was little unconfident that, okay, I won't be able to do. What about the challenges, about the subjects which are coming in? I said her, anyways, you are not working currently, so I would prefer that rather than going for an online course, go for an offline, wherein physically you are able to be there in the class, which is, I believe that more of wherein you get to interact with the teachers or the professors, experienced people coming in. So you get to know more. You have questions you can ask in a more better way, what I feel is. So that really helped her, because and she's very happy today, and she has asked me that I'm going to give you a treat for this. Well, definitely I'm going to take it.
You deserve it.
So we are going to just meet, and it's that after college we are going to meet at this point of time, wherein she's going to get a good life there and everything and that sort of. So I'm very happy.
Beautiful. You helped her reach to the course, or I mean, you having done a thorough homework before even just connecting the two, which was wonderful. That effort.
Yes, because I have seen there were instances of my friends or of my friends' friends who have been gone through such courses before even taking the full knowledge of it, and then they end up
feeling sorry for
her. So I did not wanted that feeling to come to my friend. Since she called and approached, I really felt that no, I should help her.
That
and
sense of responsibility came out of the care and concern for her as a person.
So from just chilling together to providing her knowledge, or to me taking some knowledge from her. Okay, she has also inquired in these places, but she found these best. So me also getting knowledge from her, me also knowing more about the investment banking. It was nice. It was very good. It was a beautiful time, I would say.
Correct.
And how about your like a transformation journey from being a daughter?
Yes, I'll tell you. There was one very painful incident in my life when I lost my father, which was a very sudden, uncalled,
Unpredictable.
Absolutely unpredictable. None of us were prepared for it. It was a sudden myocardial infarction. And being the only daughter, I mean, I have two brothers, so I was the apple of his eye, kind.
Okay.
But at that point of time, I was the strongest, and I stood strong like a pillar, because of the acceptance of that situation. I accepted that situation the fastest in my family. So I was able to do all of the things that were needed, because there wasn't anybody at that moment to help us transit. Though we had a lot of family friends family
Yes.
and friends, both extended family and friends, who helped us sail through those difficult times. But in my family, I could stand strong because of that acceptance, and that very incident has helped me sail through many difficult times that I have faced in my life. I never knew this strength that
Or the quality.
I actually have in me. I wasn't ever aware of. Okay, I could stand to such a situation as well in my life.
So that point of time when this situation occurred in your life, you said that you were the strongest in the family. So in terms of doing all the rituals to accepting the responsibilities,
Yes,
everything.
yes. Because everybody was
Shocked,
shattered. Yeah, it was shocked. It was completely unprepared. So I think I was the first one to accept that situation. And then whatever was required during the entire year, the things that had to be done, things that had to be closed, I could take charge of them. And I could stand strong that time.
Yeah, I think such instances and such experiences only make us realize
The inherent quality that
Quality
we
of
hold
us.
within us. See, I believe now, as individuals, we all have a masculine and a feminine side to us.
yes,
The nurturing, the caring, that was the side of me which was most prominent always, and even today it is. But getting that masculine side of me, which could stand strong, which could hold on to difficult situations. So today, anything in my friends and family happens, they call me up. ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, अभी क्या करें? So I can have that composure because I have already experienced it. So
True.
I will not react to it, or I will not advise, but I will just stand, be there. So I'll tell you something, I was very naive, kitchen में तो कुछ आता ही नहीं था. That was my state, as I told you earlier. But definitely I was very conscious with regards to the oil, the salt, the spices. I mean, I was very conscious. If you have acidity, you can't have spicy. If you are
cholesterol, you can have oily.
yes. I was very conscious with it. And we are all food lovers. My husband, my family, my entire family is absolute foodie. So ingraining these qualities from my mother-in-law and then churning them in my way. I had to dish out delicacies for my family, for my husband, who is
Of
already lived with his mother,
Having
and
tempting
absolutely,
food.
absolutely delicious food. To dish out something which is healthy yet
So
tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, that was also a transformation in me, to learn, to research, to experiment and come out with something which is fancy. With my children also, it has to be fancy, yet it has to be
healthy.
So,
Suppose if he or she is like, he is not eating any vegetable.
yeah, I have to roll it out, give it a big name. It's a burrito, it's a roll, it's a spring roll.
Some of the other
like that,
fancy
yeah.
name and make it a real look like that.
Absolutely. So that transformation was something which came to me, and I worked towards it.
So I would just like to ask you this, because my operation manager, she is also having 2 kids. Okay, I'm not sure about her age, but obviously having 2 kids and operation manager being also big responsibility at
On
a
tight
branch
ropes.
and on the tight ropes. Yes. You take care of all the parameters. Like if anything goes wrong, you have been casual. That kind of a crucial role it was. But I used to see that lady, that she is a real inspiration. She is managing her house, her kids, and the branch. Totally on a solo level. Her time management skills, all of that. Like I have seen her on a call asking her daughter to do a certain subject's revision because she's not good at it, and at the same time drafting a mail to send it to the central team. So I really saw that everyone is a multitasker, but she is having a fantastic multitasking skills.
Correct,
So
correct.
if when it comes to you, how you used to manage, like if suppose you are at a workplace, like you are at your at your clinic to that level, and you get a certain call wherein there is a patient or a sitting in front of you telling about himself or his his disease or something like that, then and at the same time you're getting a call from your children or your husband with regards to his or her results, then
Correct.
how you go?
I'll tell you. I have a wonderful network set for myself.
Okay.
I like when my children, they were little, I was either at home, I was working when they were in school.
Okay.
I would make sure that I come home while it's time for them also to come home. So I ensured that I spent good amount of time with them in their growing years. So it was hardly ever that बच्चा घर पे आया और उसने फोन लगाया और मम्मी काम पे है. That was only on a Saturday when 100% daddy took charge.
Okay.
Right? Or it was a particular, I think Wednesdays were planned when my children had special time with their grandparents. So I was sure that they didn't need me then.
Yes, yes, of course.
And when it was time they wanted me, I was always there. As of today also, when it's their exams and I'm at work, I ensure that there is certain amount of work that I leave behind for them. They complete that. If they are stuck up somewhere, they call me. So that element of independence I have tried to instill in them very early on. So
Yes.
They don't depend on me for very little things. खाना बनाया है घर पे, वो खुद परोस सकते हैं अपने आप को, एक दूसरे को. They know how to put it back into the refrigerator once they are done. So those simple elements of independence has been, they can cook for themselves, basics, because they are 12 and 17-year-olds, so they can have their hands on in the kitchen as well. So that element of independence is really strong in my children in a way. And time that I have spent with them otherwise has been like, I can give you an example. My child would never go to sleep without a book in hand. I had to read to him every
A
time
story
before.
book or something.
Yeah, a
like
story
that,
book. Right from the time he was 6, 8, 9 months old, he had that habit. So even when he was 10, 7, 8, 9-year-old, he started reading by himself, but he needed mama besides him. So these times were special times which I ensured that there was nothing else that was devoted, that would take my time away. And when it was with work, it was completely, then they knew that they are getting this time, so they never demanded that time from me. So that clarity with children was always there.
Okay. So there is also there is a transformation wherein you're teaching them independency, but also with learnings of basics like cooking, or maybe to read a storybook or to complete their revision.
Correct.
That kind of thing.
I don't need to be physically present all the time. While they know what they have to do at this point of time. At the most, they may just call me up, Mama, ye kidhar hai, masale ka dabba kidhar hai, or cheese kidhar hai, something like that. But otherwise,
it's managed.
Yes.
And how about...
It's an effort that has gone to making this happen.
Yes, definitely. And is it something, wherein they were having their exams or, that point of time?
Yes, if they needed me. I mean, it's a difficult paper. Aaj Hindi ka paper, kal Hindi ka paper hai mama. So I know Hindi is a subject that my child is not very good at. He needs my presence. I ensure the day before that or 2 days, I take a...
Yeah, you don't
have my
appointment or you
appointments
much
on those days.
appointments.
Whatever has to be done, I do on a telephonic basis. See, after COVID has hit, everybody has got very familiar with online consultations.
Yes, consultations.
Then there are consultations which happen with somebody who is in the US or with the time zones. So if they are I ensure that I make my time management well, that this time then it is pre-planned, then everybody at home knows कि ये रात को ये appointment है तो ये मम्मा भी इधर बैठने वाली है, so she is not available at this time. So that way time management has been the key for me to strike that balance between work and family.
That's how my operation manager had, and you too have. I have two, people who are person now to take learnings from.
It just comes naturally to you when you are committed for that cause.
Yes.
When it is forced upon you, it becomes difficult. But when you have chosen it, it's a flow.
Yeah, chosen it to be a mother as well as a
yes,
career-oriented person or
play. If it's a choice you make, the outcome is a flow. Yes. If it's an imposition, it is difficult. Then, I mean, you don't enjoy the work that you do. You see difficulties in managing the child. You see difficulties or struggles into progressing into your career. I mean, this is my take home. Okay. So one more example I will share with you. Like when I was slowing down with my career, when the kids were growing, I was also inculcated, helping myself engage into hobbies.
Yes.
Because I had to maintain my sanity, you see. So while doing that, eventually, those hobbies have been so engaging for me even today.
Okay.
Like how? Writing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love writing, and that you never had the time for it while you were into college, you were into
studying.
Yeah, you were quite busy. Then you're working into hospitals. You're taking experiences. Then you start up of your own. But when you are a little, eased out, it comes in a flow. You start writing, you start penning down, things start to rhyme up, and then you realize that I have that hidden talent in me got some time, some space to manifest itself. The same happened with painting, something which I did in school.
Okay.
And then 10 years, 20 years, everything was shut down. Now here I have the time, my child is baby is sleeping. I get my paints out, my brush out. So
wonderful.
that time which for someone would mean यार बच्चे हो गए तो मुझे घर बैठना पड़ा. For me it never seemed like that, because it enriched my interests. It helped, it opened those windows of
again.
Yeah, those what more can I do? There was a child in my neighborhood, a small girl. She used to have difficulties in studies. So her mother would send her, "Zara isko ye sikhao." So that also, the teaching, the flair for teaching also is something which I came to know later.
I can teach
this
also.
Is also something which is
there in me.
Yes. So that way, those times that were like off work or not working, were not actually not working. Those were windows to my own skills that I kind of got aware of. These are also my strengths.
Yes, of course. So ma'am, thank you so much for letting me know that how beautifully a role of a housewife, a mother, also with that your professional career, you have managed it so well, making the kids aware about few situations which they can handle themselves, making them independent, and also having a proper time management. And yes, and of course, as you said, you have chosen that thing, and after choosing it, you have, tried to make 100% out of it.
Yes, it was a complete choice, and hence there are no regrets, there are no complaints. So it's beautiful.
Yes, like you have balanced it very nicely.
See, there is so much of learning that I got from you, Being young, being into that phase of celebrating, chilling out, having fun. Yet, you have, with your friends, how you have been able to integrate them, come together, collaborate, and get the best out of, from you, you could get the best from someone else. Through you, you could get the best out of someone else. That was like taking their thing as a cause. I mean, working towards their cause is also how do I put it? Over your time and your efforts that you put for it is commendable.
Actually, ma'am, we all see that it's the efforts, it's the time, but sometimes I believe those are just instances of minutes which can actually transform someone's life and transform your individual personality too.
Correct.
Which we sometimes don't know which we have in it.
Which I don't see in kids of this age, where they are always into, it's my time of fun, my time of play, going out of the way and collaboratively, working for somebody else's cause, considering that as a higher purpose.
And I really did not felt that it will come out like this, and I am very happy,
Correct.
very happy with that.
Beautiful. When you put your heart and soul into doing it selflessly,
it is going to come out as
come back
in a beautiful manner. Yes. So I would like to share my experience, like how we came here. I actually came here to meet someone, and I did not thought of having a conversation like this, or meeting Sonali ma'am like this, and she sharing me her life instances, me sharing my life instances which are there, and also with that learnings from her that how we can maintain a work-life balance. There's always a question of maintaining a work-life balance after marriage, and nowadays it's for both, whether it be a male, whether it be a female, but how we can maintain it, how we can take care of the children, of our family, and also balancing the career is what I got to know. And somehow now a bit of fear which was there in my mind has gone, and the entire interaction which we had was very much meaningful and useful for me. Thank you.
I thank Vaibhavi for being here. I mean, it was a wonderful opportunity to meet her, such a vibrant young girl with so much of confidence and a sense of responsibility in her. I really appreciate that. I thank Rajiv and Kavita for giving me this opportunity to be here and express my views. Thank you.
Hello, it's clap for all.